Hey everybody, welcome to Teens with Attitude. Teens with Attitude is a Powered by the Apocalypse game created by David Brunel-Brutman. It's in Quick Start and it's available for free. Or you can pay what you think it's worth on itch.io, and you can download it from Drive through as well. David's also got a Patreon, which is well worth supporting. So we are playing on the Gauntlet. So which means we're playing on the Gauntlet's inclusivity policy. You'll see that on gauntletrpg.com. We are also playing with safety and support tools. We have set up lines and veils and gone through those. We are using X card as our emergency brake. We're using a script change, and we'll be closing down each session with a stars and wishes. This is part of the Gauntlet comics setup. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know I do quite a lot of superhero games. With my first one actually in Gauntlet comics, we're playing Gauntlet City, and we're playing 90s heroes who become potentially the Gauntleteer, if only for a while or forever, who knows. So we're going to introduce our four players and their characters, and then we're going to set up their connections in a round robin before we set up our Elementeer team for the characters as well. So I'm going to go in keeper order. I'm going to ask Puckett to introduce themselves and their character with a brief description to begin with.
Hi there, I am Puckett. I use he, him pronouns. And in this game, I will be playing a character named Synovia Mayhew, who is the outcast. She is interested in drama, not the kind of that you would assume from high school, but theater, which actually makes her a drama kid, which makes her dramatic most likely. But she's a punk, loves music, loves records, huge Alkaline Trio fan, and she has a tarantula.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Then we have the popular kid played by Stephen.
Yeah, hey there. I'm playing Alex, he, him. Alex is, as you said, the popular kid. I kind of imagine I went with the moves Competent and Gossip Hound, and I kind of imagine Alex running a kind of proto Gossip Girl type thing off of his flip phone, if those are familiar with that teen drama.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stephen. And then we've got the rebel played by Sabine.
Yeah, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns. I'm going to play Jess. Jess uses he, him pronouns. Jess is the rebel. He's a bit of a, I guess, he's interested in rock music and punk, I guess punk music as well. And he's playing the guitar. And yeah, and he usually gets in trouble. He's in detention a lot. He kind of likes sassing off and running around and doing physical stunts and confronting authorities on their bullshit, I guess, and also pretending that he doesn't care about anything because whatever, right?
Cool. Thank you. And finally, in our merry band, we have the slacker played by Ferret.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change my last name. I just realized I need to re-up this Gauntlet Comics thing. But I'm playing Keisha Henry, who is the great granddaughter of Desba Henry, one of the Allied Angels. But unlike her great-grandma, she does, like, video games. And, like, video games are really cool. And she even works the arcade because, I mean, it's a cool job, but you get $5 worth of tokens a day when you show up. And she almost has enough tickets for that sweet boombox because you've got to win it. You can't slack off on the truly important things in life, like arcade games.
Awesome. Okay, so as I say, we are playing in the Gauntlet comics. There are many Gauntlet comics games that you can find on the Gauntlet feed. It's sort of like a shared city world I played in a game with Ferret recently, and I've put this up as a thank you and playing within the Gauntlet City world. So we've chosen an area of the city which is, yes, uninhabited, and we'll be building that up as part of the city and sort of neighborhood generation, which is part of the game setup for teams with attitude. The next thing we've got to do in the team's attitude setup is we've got to set the connections on the characters. We've done the really boring things, right? We've set the stat blocks, we've done those sort of bits, but we need to set up the connections for the characters. Now, we don't have to be best friends. You probably do know each other, but we do want to set up these sort of tensioned relationships with other characters within the group, trying to sort of set relationships back and forth. They're best pointed at another character and some tension across them, but if you do feel this is for you, it needs to be an NPC. I'm quite happy that we do that. We're going to go through in a zigzag formation, right? So I'm going to start with first one with Synovia, go across to Keisha, and then back from Keisha to Synovia. Okay, you can do them in either order that you want to. My preference when we set up any type of connection is you can, if you've got an idea that you want to have a connection, when do ask them, but consent matters, and let them say yes to your idea and build it with you. Cool. So, Synovia, which of your connections would you like to set first?
Stephen, if it's okay with you, I see it makes a lot of sense with one of yours. And I'm thinking that your popular kid used to be a loser and a weirdo like me, but over the summer you changed your vibe. Like a total sort of Patrick Dempsey can't buy me love thing.
Sure, that works for me.
Okay. And does Alex have a last name?
Oh, I hadn't figured out a last name. I'll figure that out as we're doing the connections.
Okay. All right. If you're cool with it, I'll go with that.
Cool. So how long have you two known each other then? That's quite fun. And you know, is that a, were you like friends before you got to high school? And are you friends now?
I have a sneaking suspicion it's one of those things, and Stephen, feel free to yes and this or but or whatever. I think we started high school and Alex decided that he didn't want to be a loser anymore and just changed everything up. And I was kind of happy with being a goofy loser and a weirdo and didn't understand why Stephen wanted to change. Or Alex wanted to change, I should say.
Yeah.
That work for you, Alex?
That works for me.
Is there anything you want to add or anything you want to put a different twist or spin on?
I have some thoughts, but they're like really incoherent in my head, so I might bring it up on the second round.
That's fair.
Cool. Where did you used to hang out and do something together before high school then? What was your place? What was the thing that you did together?
So, Stephen, I don't know if you've checked out the picture of Synovia, but she's in a wheelchair. So I'm thinking that maybe the place that the two of them hung out most was at Synovia's house, because it would have been basically fitted with accessibility devices and aids and that sort of thing. Whereas a lot of other places in the 90s wouldn't have been because the ADA wasn't in effect.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And it would have made it a little bit easier, since it was kind of like that, like phone conversations, you hanging out there, etc. It would have made it easier for you to kind of hide the weirdness and the geekiness and the loserness and everything like that, and shift your personality or your style and whatnot.
I think I definitely am very into 90s computers, and that is what is feeding into my current becoming this low-tech gossip girl type person.
Cool. And every player has like a thing, which is what their character is synonymous. And you know, if we see the intros for them, that's what they're doing. So it's records and music for Synovia. So that sort of quite neatly kicks in. If Alex was into computers, but yeah, coming around to listen to music, but a taste change. Teens are fickle.
And you know, it wouldn't surprise me if Synovia learned how to play guitar, something like that. And you know, like I said, she's a huge Alkaline Trio fan. So, you know, she was really into 90s punk and not really the pop punk stuff. Like she would have sneered at some more 41 fans, but Alkaline Trio, Hot Water Music, etc. She's like all about it.
And I will continue to be and role play as characters that have no idea what you're talking about, Puckett.
Whilst I love as a GM putting together playlists for games because it really helps me in my headspace before a game. So just give me those songs in email or on Slack chat later, Bucket. That would be awesome.
I may just set up a Spotify playlist for you.
Go for it, my friend. Go for it. That's my kind of jam. We'll put it into a mixed playlist. Which is totally 1990s, and that's what, if you were a kid in the 90s, you did. So, Popular Kid and Alex, Stephen, which connection of yours would you like to lead with?
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna leave that other one once I get a chance to think about it a bit more. But I wanted to throw, because I think I'm gonna throw that one out, of course, to Synovia. But Jess or Keisha, which of you thinks that we used to date? But you know, we're totally cool with each other now. No, really, we're cool. Really.
Oh, I love that. I love this. We're totally cool that we're not dating it. Yeah, sure. I'm cool with everything because I don't care, right? Whatever.
Oh man, I see you have a guitar. Like, were we actually in like some band that Synovia formed and then like broke up?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, because I tend to skip bands because sometimes I can't be arsed to get to practice on time because rules, right? Don't like rules.
What was the band called?
Synovia started it, so Pocket might have some idea.
The Blister Pack.
The Basement Party.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, kind of birthday party Nick Cave-ish vibes. I'm feeling it. Basement Party, that
Oh no,
works.
The Basement Party.
DA Basement
No.
Party?
Like the base.
Debasement.
Oh.
Yes. Oh yeah, I like that. That's the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems totally on point.
Seems like really 90s grunge.
Because it's like right there with the Pixies Debaser.
God damn it.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about sometimes at one point we could maybe start up the band again, but never happens really.
So this is taking a hellish Scott Pilgrim vibe all of a sudden. How long ago did you break up? And who broke up with who?
I kind of feel like you told me something in confidence, and then it kind of showed up anonymously on this thing I'm maintaining.
Yeah, and then I told you that, yeah, that was it. You broke my trust. Go away, loser.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a bit terrible to you afterwards because
but we're cool now. We're cool.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We're so
fine.
cool. Yeah. Totally.
Totally.
And there's no attraction anymore. That's good, right?
And neither
I
of you
mean,
we
made out at that one party where they were serving alcohol, but you know, we're cool. We're cool.
Yeah. Exactly. Why should we make out?
Alex, Jess, have you started dating anyone else?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alex is less like the popular kid because like they have this big social group, and more because like they're the one everyone like goes to like vent and talk about stuff with. I think Alex probably hasn't.
Okay. Jess, we'll figure out who you're dating.
Oh, well,
in
the
game.
different people, like they don't. I'm
Don't-
cool.
Yeah, don't put a label on it, man. All right. Cool.
Yeah, don't put a label on it. Right, exactly. Free
So,
love.
Jess, would you like to choose one of your connections?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I regret how I once treated Blank, but I can't let them know that. So that might be Alex because of the breakup. It might also be Synovia because weird, spidery girl, or it might be Keisha for reasons.
I mean, were you really like shitty to her after the band broke up?
To
Like,
Synovia.
yeah, Synovia. Like, did you like make some big like the band like that broke up the band? Did you make some big like? Oh, did you like blow off? Like, there was the one gig we ever actually got as a band, and you blew it off.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And now I regret that because that was mostly actually, I mean, I will probably have it probably easier to get more gigs than Synovia, but I can't say that. That would be condescending. And
Oh, there's so
don't
much
do
shade
that,
in
then.
that
Yeah, I
like
shouldn't.
I feel regret for that.
Yeah, I feel regret for it. Yeah, but
I feel regret because I'm so much more talented than you. I'm sorry, Synovia.
what can I say? Yeah.
I'm already
Sorry.
feeling like we're in a position as if the CW had rebooted Captain Planet, right? Cool. Okay, so feeling that connection. Synovia, how are you feeling about the fact that Jess doesn't ring, play, call anymore?
I mean, I thought we were like kind of friends, and that, you know, that hurts more than the band. I mean, bands are like, you know, bands come and bands go, and everybody's been in like 1,000 bands if they've ever like been in a band that did anything. But yeah, I thought Jess kind of like got it, you know. I thought Jess.
Yeah, I don't even know why he blew that off. Probably some.
Just imagine the fight now and Jess saying to Synovia, Scar is better than Punk, and then it was done.
That would have
No, I think-
resulted, like, I might have tried to hit Jess with a guitar upon hearing something like that.
Oh yeah. No, I probably was more like, yeah, I'm over it now. Whatever.
Cool. Keisha, which connection would you like to fit to start with?
Let's start with Blank is my go-to hangout friend, but you wish he was something more. Who hangs out with me at the arcade? I think it's like it probably would be either Alex or Synovia, I'd say, because I think the arcade is definitely accessibility friendly.
Yeah, I'm fine with volunteering volunteering for that one. Unless like Synovia feels really strongly towards it.
Bucket.
You're muted if you're saying anything.
I don't know if
I
Scott's
think he
stepped
might
away for a moment.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Then let's go to the. Yeah,
I think how willing are you, like, because I kind of feel like of places because I feel like it is a little bit of an odd like an odd couple pairing between the two of us here.
I was thinking it would probably be better for Alex or Jess with the second question. You used to do extracurricular with Blank, and they're miffed at you for blowing it off. Like, I could see, like, maybe having blown off Jess after Jess blew off the band as, like, solidarity, or, like, when Alex changed over the summer, like, we're not study buddies anymore. Like, you and your phone and your gossip, that's not cool, man.
So is Keisha in the band as well, or is Keisha not in the band?
Keisha was the manager.
Cool.
Maybe backup vocals every now and again.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that one too. What do you think the extracurricular we were in together was? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think we've lost Puckett entirely.
So hopefully he'll be
I
back.
think probably he's just resetting or something.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think what we were studying. Ooh.
What about the school newspaper?
Oh yeah, I
they
do
wouldn't.
like
They
that.
wouldn't be. They wouldn't be. They wouldn't go down the gossip route that Alex wanted to go down.
Ooh. Is either that or a school counseling where it's like, no, this is like there is confidentiality. I won't tell you what they're talking about. But I can see either of those.
Yeah, I think I prefer the former, just because like
Yeah, the latter puts a bad spin on it.
yeah.
Yeah, so no gossip columns for me.
So what's the school newspaper? Well, we'll answer that, but we need to figure out the name of the school in the area. But we need to identify the school newspaper at some point to be named. We won't worry about that yet because it might reflect the skill. Cool. It's your second connection then, but do we want to give Scott?
Yeah, let's wait for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm fine waiting though. I was.
So Scott Puckett, Zenovia's player, player has just had a tech issue, so hopefully they'll be back for us. But it looks like it might be a serious one for them. So we're gonna point back and see which of our other relationships, connections we can set up here. But Keisha, who did you want to point that second one?
I think I'm going to try and point it at Zenovia. We will. I'll wait until Puckett gets back for sure.
So, Jess, you've already pointed one at Zenovia, so it's far easier for you to definitely point that elsewhere.
I think I will point. You think Blank is actually really cool, and you're secretly trying to impress them. I think that's probably Keisha, because I mean, obviously I'm cool with Alex, right? And I don't want to have two relationships with Zenovia, so Keisha is the obvious choice. I think they're really cool. I mean, maybe it's even the superhero ancestor thing. Who was your grandfather?
Oh, my great-grandmother was Desba Henry, trailblazer, who had the self-made mech Justice Hammer.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. I have never told you this because it's totally embarrassing, but when I was a kid, I used to love the Justice Hammer. When I ran around and I had a plastic Justice Hammer, hitting things with it until somebody told me that was not really a good way to interact with people. Yeah, well.
Oh, and of course, has got to be like a Justice Hammer like collectible figurine, which costs the exact same amount of tickets as my sweet boombox does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, I mean, you're a pretty cool person in and of yourself, because I mean, you were our manager, and you were not to blame for the breakup, or I don't know. I mean, did you that rumor that Alex put up? Do you hear it?
I've heard about it, but rumors are energy, man. Like, stick with the truth, not rumors.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, love it. See, that's why
all the rumors I put out are truth, Keisha. I don't spread fake rumors.
Yeah, but that one lacked a lot of context. I mean.
Oh, you're muted, David.
I said we've got 25 years before we worry about fake news, so we're okay. Cool. Alex, Stephen, did you want to point where do you want to point your second?
Yeah, I think
connection?
that I had some thoughts about that because I was going to use it to flesh out the relationship with Keisha, but not Keisha, Synovia a bit more.
Cool. Whoa! Speak of the devil at this present moment in time. Just about it, I think.
Ooh. Hello?
Puckett.
If you're talking, we
Yeah,
can't
if
hear
you're
you.
with us, my friend, we can't hear you.
There we go.
I am so sorry about that. I hope
Don't
that you were
worry.
not getting. I thought I was trying to turn the mic off because I just started getting this horrible static and feedback. I hope you didn't get any of that.
No, we
That
didn't,
was just
friend.
my headset.
It's all good.
Okay.
Welcome back. All good.
Sorry about that. I
No, it's all right.
apologize.
We took a little pause and we were filling in the relationships. It didn't point back to you, but lots of people want to point relationships at Synovia. So we're gonna go back from the top then. So we're gonna go back across to Keisha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blank is my go-to hangout friend, but you wish it was something more. Do you think you'd hang out at the arcade with me?
Ooh. You know, I think so. You know, even if I'm looking for the table games and getting kind of wistful because there's a bunch of stand-up cabinets. But you know, I'm pretty sure there's like a table Ms. Pac-Man or something like that that I go and play a lot.
Oh, of course there is. And we have those wonderful sitting booth shooting gallery games.
Ooh. Like the Spy Hunter cabinets where you like sit in there and you like drive and you get the
Yeah.
ears
Yep.
and everything.
Or the
Nice.
Jurassic Park one that just came in.
So, yeah, that totally works.
Sweet.
So so what's the favorite game that you've played that you've got the sort of joint high score on? Joint high score at Keisha.
Oh, I think the reason I'm sort of more into Synovia now is that with the new Jurassic Park shooter game, Synovia has the high score and I can't beat it. Like, you know, everything else is like a KAI on the top of the cabinets, but this is just SYN.
Cool.
Of course,
Alex,
it's dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are awesome.
when there's a 20-story tall one crushing Gauntlet City, it's your fault. You said that, right? Alex, you wanted to point your second one back to Synovia to flesh out your relationship.
Yeah, I think like that Blank was my best friend growing up, but you can't let anyone at school know that. And I was just kind of thinking about the context for that. Because like I am a year older than you, and I kind of imagine if like I spent that first year in high school like establishing myself here and who I am now. And then like when you, because like I kind of imagine that this was like a larger high school, like at least like in my county, like we have a lot of smaller elementary schools that feed into a few larger high schools. That when you actually like got to this high school, like I had like changed my like look and like social status, and I was kind of distancing myself from you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And like I didn't really notice it because we weren't at the same school. So then I get there. You're a sophomore. I'm a frosh, and suddenly
I mean, it's just because I'm tired of the phoniness of everything, and I need to spread the truth. Okay.
Well, what's more true than our friendship?
The truth of the secrets that people keep from each other, Synovia.
Truth of skee ball.
Whatever. I mean, Fine, you're more interested in secrets than friends. It's okay. I've got Skiba.
Wonderful. And Synovia, your second and last connection to set up.
So here's a thought. So there is you and blank have been cast as the romantic leads in this year's school play. I'm thinking Jess or Keisha would be a good option. Keisha, because you used to do an extracurricular with Alex and they're miffed at you for blowing it off and maybe you started doing theater. Or Jess, maybe this is your way of trying to make up for how you treated me after the band broke up.
I would like to have one more connection, actually. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought we did.
Oh, I mean, outside of my own
Sure.
connections.
Yeah.
So I would totally love to be cast as your romantic. Maybe it's even because it's kind of like you either leave school or you go and do this activity, like be a romantic lead in a theater thingy with Synovia.
Oh, so it's like you're either in detention or doing this.
Yeah.
Like, you've had too much detention. You can't have detention. You can be in a play or you can be expelled.
Yeah, that was probably a bit the choice I had here. And then when I heard that it was with Synovia, I was like, okay, I have to make
yeah,
it
and
up
it's
to
not like you're
her.
dating or anything. I'm fine, really.
Yeah.
We're not
I mean-
dating. We're in a play together.
Yeah, right. Like I said, I'm fine. I
Did
said
this
I'm
just turn
fine.
into 10 things
Don't
I
you-
hate about you?
Don't you always tout how much you're into truth, Alex? Wow.
I mean, I said I'm fine.
Whatever. I will very much enjoy playing the romantic lead with Synovia. I mean, not that. Oh my gosh, I'm stepping into it, but I will honor this.
But just
thing.
so you don't get expelled. It's not because there's any other reasons. It's not like
Exactly.
Is it a play or is it a musical?
Please let it be a
I
musical.
think it's got to be a musical.
Is it Greece? Because I can see Danny Zuko and Sandra D.
I would
We need to
kind of.
change the music.
Yeah.
Synovia, we need to change.
It would have to be punk.
Yeah.
I
will hear
and
that.
there are actually punk rock covers of Grease songs.
So it's a punked up version of Greece.
Well, I don't think the teachers know about this yet, about the punked up thing.
No, this has to be. Could I be involved in this? Just like, again, I was the band manager. Maybe I'm just like the backstage manager. It's like, we're going to do this as a punk version of Grease. Okay, you're not going to fight us? No, that sounds better.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
Uh-huh.
And Alex is obviously so busy off exposing truths and things like that they don't want to be involved with any of this. I'm sure they're fine with it, really. And I mean, that would still make this the extracurricular that you blew Alex off for. So.
Oh no, I was on the school paper. Alex wanted me to be a gossip columnist. I'm not about that.
You're not about that life?
No, look. It was whack enough just doing the astrological symbols, and I was only doing the astrology section. Getting 2 sections? Nah, fam.
Excellent. Okay, so we've set up the characters, the relationships in normal lives, and now we sort of move into where things start getting funky. For sort of creating, for anyone who's looking and hasn't played Teams Actually before, there's 3 types of teams you can choose to be. You can be biomorphers, which are sort of animorphs, Elementeers, which has got a Captain Planet vibe, Mecha Rangers, which is very much on that Power Rangers type route. I've sort of restricted us to Gauntleteers for this setting, and the backstory of this is that in Gauntlet City we have the Gauntleteer, who is the city's greatest hero, and she has been engaged in a fantastic battle up in space against Cosmos, the Star Dragon. Her gauntlet is shattered as she starts falling down to Earth. And 4 kids, each with attitudes, troubles, and dreams as superheroes in Great Gauntlet City, show off their individual personalities as they hang out after school. So we've met our characters. And the shards of the gauntlet slam into the ground, each with a glittering gem representing one of the Gauntleteers' virtues and elements, causing the ground to explode as they hit the ground, covering the teens in dust. But before we get there, we need to sort of identify what the name of our home time is. There is a random generator which we can roll on, or we can make it up. These sort of things always have like woods, sides, fields, or valleys in them, like so Bay City, Bay Valley. Does anyone have a strong vibe on what we should call our city?
Maybe something with rock in it. Like Rock Fort, Rock Home, Rockton, or I don't know.
All I know is that it has to have an Ocean Avenue in it.
Rock River has a certain
Yeah.
Or like Rock River,
River Rock,
Rock Creek.
Rock Creek.
Gem Quarry.
Ooh. Or Stone Cliff.
Ooh, Stonecliff sounds nice.
Stonecliff.
Okay, one question though.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of socioeconomic strata are we talking about here? Because Stonecliff sounds like upper middle class, lower upper class, like, wealthy parents who are professionals, middle management, lawyers, that sort of thing. Have we thought about that at all?
Oh, I mean, I was actually thinking the opposite. Like, it sounded more to me like a town like on the edge of a quarry.
In the map of the Gauntlet City, this is more of the upper industrialized area.
Okay.
So it's, I would say, you'd probably have the upper class people probably mingling with factory workers at the best.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're up by Valley Heights, Herman Village, Candletree.
Yeah.
Is where we're sitting. But we can have a mixture of both. We can have this is still the 90s, right? Where there are still good blue collar jobs, but that can be mixing with sort of a professional vibe in the area.
Like gentrification of some sort, or
yeah,
It's why getting out the truth is so important, Synovia. Why don't you understand?
we can say gentrification. We can say it is actually you have mixed communities. That is a staple as well of 90s stuff, right? Where you have people from the different sides of the tracks and of teen drama. So let's sort of say it sort of sits between maybe both of those strands, and that allows you to explore that as characters. Cool. And we've already established that the arcade is one of your hangout spots, but is that where everyone hung out, or is there another like a pizza place, or would you do band rehearsal, or is it like a beach or something like that where people would hang together when they weren't fighting?
I like the quarry thing, actually.
Oh, that's very modern Power Rangers. I like that.
I mean, hanging out in the quarry, that is something that teens with attitude might do.
Yeah, I mean, you get to throw rocks at stuff. Isn't that cool?
Cool.
Yeah, I guess we can rehearse our musical thingy there, because I mean,
The acoustics, man.
yeah, nobody comes by and bothers us.
So I just typed in "hang out the old quarry."
Mhm.
When I was young and in university, the bar that we used to hang out to in town was called the Old Quarry, and it was at the side of an old quarry, so that's quite fun. Anyway, so that's where your hangout spot is, and that's where teens by the side of it do hang out, and there's probably still parties and hangouts because you're at the slightly older end of teens. But now we sort of pause. The origin story to a degree is sort of set here, but there's some other things we need to set up around our mentor and your powers and how that looks. So we're going to move into play mode and start sort of going through these rest questions, setting it up in play, and that will take us through our setup for the rest of today's game. But as we're going to hit that break, why don't we take 5? So in the opening scenes of our Teens with Attitude TV series, we can see the Gauntleteer burning, coming down to the atmosphere, energy fields collapsing. She sort of whispers to the Gauntlet and says, "Time to find someone new, someone worthy to wield you, someone who can protect Gauntlet City." And she ejects the Gauntlet. But the damage is too being great, and we see her hands reaching out as the Gauntlet fragments into 5 fragments, powering down into the atmosphere, not being burnt out as the Gauntlet bit by bit smashes into the ground around one of your characters. Let's establish, as we see your characters for the first time in this series, where are they? I'm going to go in character keeper order. Synovia, where are you when this fragment of the Gauntlet with a glowing gem in it comes into your life?
I have snuck outside the theater at high school where we were rehearsing after school because I'm going to sneak a smoke, and I want to make sure that nobody knows that. And all of a sudden, this thing just falls on the ground in front of me, leaves a dent in the concrete.
Bang. What color is the gem glowing inside it or in its fragment?
Weirdly enough, it's green, like kind of the same shade as my hair.
And it's glittering there. Alex, where are you when the fragment of the Gauntlet smashes down from the atmosphere and interferes in your life?
I think I'm probably working late at the school newspaper.
So, does it come through the ceiling or the window?
Yeah, let's make it through the ceiling. Might as well cause some damage to.
It comes down with a thump, and it's there in the desk, vibrating. What color is the gem glittering in front of you?
Let's see. What color did Ferret say? Did Keisha say hers was?
Keisha hasn't yet. Zenobia
Oh,
said
okay.
green.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'll go with red.
And Jess, when we see
We see Jess running. It's not clear why he's running. Is he doing it for fun, or is somebody after him? Why would they be after him? But he's running. Maybe you see some kind of gardens or something that he's running through, or some construction sites. Construction sites are fine. So this is maybe a new area where people are putting up new houses, and he's running. And then there is this loud noise, and he just kind of instinctively throws himself to the ground like he has a bad feeling about it. And then right in front of him, there's a large sound, like really kind of loud, and some dust gets thrown into the atmosphere, and then he looks at this thing that's landed right in front of him. And I think the color of that gem is a kind of an angry gray or silvery or something like that.
excellent. And Keisha.
I am at my parents' house, which is way too big and way too empty, but I'm not in the house at the moment. I'm outside by the reflecting pool counting my tickets until I've got that sweet-ass boombox that I want to win. And I think the gym crashes into the pool, soaking several of my tickets, making them worthless, as this diamond clear white gem pops up.
And elsewhere, an unseen figure looks over another fragment with a gold gem in it. And then, unmistakably, the voice and the image of the Gauntleteer um, is here to say to each of you, I am the Gauntleteer, and I'm unable to win the gauntlet anymore. It has chosen you. Those who wield the gauntlet are never cowardly or cruel, stand for peace and tolerance, and will defend this city and world without reward. Take me if you are worthy to wear me. Who acts first?
I grab it. I mean, sounds better like what I'm doing right now.
Okay. You grab it, and its silver energy washes over you. Its fragment forms into something which will become your morpher and the source of your power. What does it start looking like as it clasps around you? Is it like a communicator or watch, a bracelet? What does it turn into?
I think what it turns into, it's kind of like a necklace or something like that, like a band around the neck, and silvery, and the weird energy. You can still see it. It looks like after a bit, it looks like a pretty standard kind of band around my neck, not very noticeable. But if you look closer, you can see the angry energy swirling in there.
And you feel its energies wash over you. What element or source of power do you erupt with, Jess?
I think unless somebody else is really, really invested in this, I think it will be sound.
Cool. So there's this screech of sound that knocks trees down around you as Jess wields their fragment of the gauntlet. Who's next?
I think Keisha walks over, picks up the gem. At first, is like, how many tickets is this worth?
It's like as you sort of pull it out of the pool, the water sort of like pushes itself away, holding up above you, Moses, like as you've got that fragment in your hand. As you grab it, same question to you. What does it start changing shape into as a morpher?
I think the same thing as like the necklace that Jess had, only this time it's more of a choker. It looks silver and around, but like where Jess has the angry energy on it, this looks more like Quicksilver, just like it almost looks like it should be melting off the neck with the gem in the middle.
And what element or source of power emanates from you?
And if this is, I'd like to say wood and the like Asian-centric like version of like life, flexibility, that kind of stuff.
Sure. How does that manifest with power then as you touch it?
The necklace comes on and she sees like all the trees begin like bowing to her. Like, oh.
Who's next? Does anyone choose not to? I suppose. Sylvia, Alex.
I'm trying to think about what my actual element would be. I realized I hadn't thought about that. But no, I do think Alex. Wait. What? I run the school newspaper. Do you want to? Are you coming for someone else? I think maybe you got the wrong address.
It glows with a quite insistently, and sort of levitates up into the air till it's at eye level with you, Alex.
Okay, you can glow. You're not. This is not the first super. This people fly pretty frequently around here. In case you hadn't noticed, you're not impressive.
The light goes out in the gem and it clatters to the ground, seemingly lifeless.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick it up at this point since I have no idea what's happening.
And as you touch it, the light in it comes back on as it swooshes with energy and its cosmic power unfolds. What form does it take for you, Alex, as your morpher?
Are you asking about, like, just to clarify here, because are you asking like how like what it turns into,
Yeah.
or what the element
No, what it turns into is, like, is it a necklace or watch, a communicator? It's a source of your power, effectively.
I'll go with the necklace, since that seems to be a theme.
Cool. What does it look like on Alex? What's their necklace? Because you've already got gold necklace, haven't you?
I think that's, if there's like, if you kind of oops, I kind of already had something in the image, but it's kind of this gold necklace that I'm forgetting the I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a flat chain, a kind of flat rectangular chain, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, it kind of has, like, it's kind of the crest type of like the kind of moon kind of shape, moon crest shaped kind of necklacey type thing.
Got you. Cool. And as you touch it for the first time, what element of power rages through you?
Oh, we have wooden sound. Yeah, I'll go with wind. Sure.
Wind. As it as you grab it in the newspaper office, Alex, how do we know that power has gone?
I think like there's just this, like, the windows clash open, all the paper that I have been collating for the past hour just goes flying everywhere. Because, like, this is the 90s. We don't have collating printers yet.
Barely paper clips, certainly not staplers. Bang, as the papers go flying around the room, and Synovia outside the theatre with a cigarette in your hand. This piece of metal is glowing with its gem. What do you do?
Can you talk?
It pulses with energy, but doesn't say anything.
Does it pulse in any kind of specific pattern?
Enough to make you know that it's probably slightly allowed. If you want to get some info from it, you can use one of the basic moves, get the 411, where you want to get the 4-1 on something alien or magical. Roll plus weird.
You know what? Why not?
Cool.
So let's see, that is 2d6 plus 1 for weird. That gets me to an 8.
So on the 7 to 9, ask the producer a question. They'll give you a truthful answer, you may like it or not. Some good questions. Just to be quite clear, the way that David writes his games, these are not the only questions you can ask. You can ask questions around the topic. You'll see the list and the basic moves. Really, I should have given Deliver a one-liner and prodded you towards that, by the way, Alex, when you were talking smack to it. So you should probably gain +1 attitude.
Okay.
Okay. So the question that I want to ask it in character is, I'm a girl in a wheelchair. Why did you pick me?
It vibrates on the ground and then sort of floats up in the air and comes towards you, just humming. And you get a sort of feeling of hope from it.
I could use some of that. I'll reach out and grab it.
Again, it starts wrapping around you and taking a form appropriate. How does it appear for you?
It's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of melds itself with the wheelchair.
Totally down with that.
And the unusual thing is, it. You know, I mentioned that there was a green gem, but it kind of changes color a little bit to blue to match the color of the wheelchair that's in the picture.
Cool. And as you touch it and it wraps itself around you, what element of power do you feel wrapping around you? You're not limited to the ones on the sheet. You can use any you want.
I kind of like what you said about the feeling that I got from it, the power of hope.
Cool. So it fills you with hope. What does that visibly feel and look like? How do we see it erupting into the screen?
I seem a lot calmer. But the thing that you notice right off the bat is that I look at the cigarette in my hand, I drop it on the ground, and I roll over it to crush it out.
Awesome. And then there is two things happen to all of you. You see a flash of a secret location base for the Gauntleteer, their headquarters. There are some provided within the quick start guide, but if you have an idea of where this might be for you, I'm totally down with that. Where is the Gauntleteers' secret base? Options in the random ones are...
We want to put it in the quarry?
Sure.
Yeah, I like that.
Like there's like this, I like the secret cave idea. Like there's this place that's opening up now in the quarry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not under the water in the lake that's always in the middle of every quarry.
Yeah, I was about to suggest something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, that works.
You can have both. You can have an underwater dome accessible by a secret bat cave entrance.
Yes.
Or does it rise up like the Legion of Doom?
Both.
Headquarters.
Both. I mean, it's usually underwater, and we access it by the bat cave. But if we really want to pose around, we can have it rise. Or if we hit a button, and then we'll rise. Maybe we don't know that yet, that it can do that.
Bang. So you get this vision of it and how the gauntlet will open it, and then there is this moment at each of you, your minds touch. There's a fifth person momentarily, but they sort of, through strength of will, pull away, leaving just the four of you for one moment, seeing each other through each other's eyes. You all know, you've felt, you've bang, and you get this feeling, strange feeling that you are connected, and at any point you could call upon each other. How do you feel about that, Alex?
Are we all there? I forgot about that.
You're not in the same location, but no, you just get that feeling. You know where the secret base is, and you know that the four of you are now, say, connected. Your minds touch just for a second. What's it like to touch Jess's mind?
Oh, I mean, what I do kind of want to ask, Jess, what is it? What exactly do I see when I touch your mind?
I think what you first see is some sort of kind of determination, actually, like I can use this to do something. And then there's this shock when Jess notices that there are other people close to his mind, and one of them is you. And at that point, of course, it's pretty much laid bare, because he didn't expect that, right? And I think it's mostly like there's a lot of regret there, I guess. And a bit.
Oh, this better not be some weird alien matchmaking service, is what I say out loud.
And then when his defenses come up, then everything is fine. Cool.
Cool.
I didn't see anything. Don't worry.
What did I see of you, Alex?
Oh.
This is a two-way street.
Yeah. I definitely think you definitely get the intense sensation of blushing when I realize that it's you on the other side.
So is that a totally embarrassed and mortified blushing, or more like a ooh?
It's
blushing?
It's a mix. It's a mix.
Okay. Cool. Maybe I'm too busy putting up my own defenses to really analyze that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Keisha, when your mind touches Zenovia's, just briefly.
I think Keisha is like, if it's okay, Synovia, seeing you put out the cigarette, and it's like, oh, sweet.
Fine by me.
And Synovia, when you touch Keisha's mind for the first time.
I think she feels like this really overwhelming loneliness with like this little core at the center, that having one good friend is enough.
Regret intensifies.
Okay. Yeah, you can all feel, I think, for that moment. And then your mind snap back. If you want to make connections from this point forward, you need to use your elemental powers, which is a use your powers move, and it means you've got to spend a point of attitude to do that. Okay. That's in the elemental team. I will copy the powers and key powers. I'll copy them onto the bottom of people's sheets so they're clearly available for everyone for next time. Jess, the people who were chasing you, I think someone was chasing you and they catch up with them. Who is it? Who is on your tail?
I think at this point it's probably some kind of construction foreman who doesn't like kids kind of using the construction site as fitness running thing. And he will probably be not very happy with me because I was running around there and I wasn't supposed to, because this is dangerous and I could get hurt and then he could get sued and no.
So did you just do teenage hijinks there, or did you take something?
I didn't take something. I might have left some sort of artistic. I mean, I'm not a huge. I'm not very good as a sprayer. It's probably more like phrases like "capitalism sucks" or something like that.
Cool. So they sort of, he catches up with you and he looks at the trees which have been knocked over by the gust of blast of sound. And he goes, "What was that noise? What's going on over here?"
You know what I think? I think, and I lean forward as if I'm imparting a huge secret to him. I think your capitalism boss man, he just exploded. Like a windbag he is. So
you're trying to effectively at this point, he's suspicious of something weird has gone on. So you're going to need to keep your powers secret, which is one of the base moves. So you roll out, because they're older than you, you're rolling with your sharp.
Okay. I'll keep my powers secret. Okay. I do a roll with 2d6s, right?
That is correct. It's a PBTA game, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Give me a sec. I have to figure out my color. I think I'll use silver. This one.
Yeah, using color equivalent to a gemstone would make perfect sense.
I do. It doesn't think so. So I've got a 4.
Cool. So you blow your cover, things get worse, but you gain 1 attitude. So mark your attitude, tap up. That has a top up on the chalk boxes. It can't go higher than that. But he sort of grabs you by your wrist and goes, "I don't know what you're playing at. You and goddamn teens with your attitude, vandalizing things. You're coming with me. We're going to call your parents."
Attacking him is probably the worst option. I think I want to provoke him into trying to do something unwise here. So I'll say, "Hey, mister, I'll come with you. You don't need to get that rough with me if you want something, you know? I mean, with your face, you're probably not getting it anywhere else."
Cool. So you want to sort of disarm him and move him out of your reach, so that'll keep you cool because you're in a tense or dangerous situation. So roll plus cool.
Oh my gosh. I'm so bad. I'm just a teenager. Oh, I've got a 7. Whew.
So on a 7 to 9, you manage to keep your cool and can de-escalate the scene, but you either take damage or condition for your effort. You've got to give something up, or you're put in a bad situation.
I think I might have to give something up. Maybe I get maybe I'll just, you know what? I think my plan works kind of, because
Yeah.
he punches me and I take 1 damage. But then he realizes that he just hit a kid, and calling parents, that would be
Yeah, cool.
not be a good look. And then attempt to run away. He will just yell after me.
Yeah. You get out of here, you punk kid. If I see you around here again, I order.
Showing him my finger while I run away.
I'll break that finger. Break it. And then shove it up your... And he cuts at that point, because this is a teen show, right? Where does everyone go from here? Are you heading towards the image in the lake, or anyone want to frame something else?
Yeah, I think Keisha's definitely heading for the lake.
Cool. Synovia, where are you heading?
I'm calling Keisha to see if I can get a ride.
Do you have a cell phone?
This is the early 90s.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Keisha does have a cell phone.
Do you have a pager?
Pager.
No, but I am right by my house, so I mean...
Yeah,
You saw
I'd probably just like duck inside to the theater and use sneak into the teacher's office to use the phone.
Yeah, so I'm walking in my house, like picking up one of the keys to the cars, and it's like hear the phone ring and pick it up.
Did you just see something like really weird in your head?
Well, yeah, and lots of other weird stuff. You know, do you think this is going to be like the movie Tron?
What?
Like,
You mean?
You got a gym too, didn't you?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with like climbing inside a video game?
Hope, sis. It's the hope that you can do that.
So, are you going to the quarry? Because if you are, I'm at the school. I could use a ride.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll swing by and pick you up.
All right. Yeah, I'm at the theater.
Okay. You want me to bring you anything? Like snack, water, soda?
Ooh. You got RC?
Of course I have RC.
An RC would be awesome. The last independent cola.
And then, of course, open up the fridge, have that entire panel just of product placement.
Cool. As we're waiting for Keisha to get to you, you're still outside, Synovia.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like looking at the wheelchair because I can tell it's different. Like it seems like it has some new parts and things on it that I'm not used to, besides just the brakes and it's interesting.
You're sort of looking around the wheelchair, and then the doors, back doors of the school slam open again, and you see the two biggest reprobates in the school, Mike and Ike, and they are looking at you, going. And one of them, they're both poodle rockers, right? And then one of them lights a cigarette and takes a puff and blows the smoke in your face and goes, "Punk's dead." And they sort of push your chair and said, "You should get into real rock like us. Skid Row, that's the way forward."
You do realize that this is the 90s now.
Ike is sort of tall, very tall, and has that kind of gangly look, and the head still in that bandana and sort of popping out above it and going like, shh. Rock's American, not like punk. That's just like British, and that's almost communist. You're not a real American, says Mike, who's quarterback material, brick, small, shaved, I think back in a ponytail, combat trousers, wearing a Poison t-shirt.
I swear to God, you assholes seem like you should be just sucking Maggie Thatcher's feet. Like you should be used to be like licking her toes or something like that. You say punk's dead. Yeah, so's my dad. So what?
So like one of them sort of take a step back. Now, what you are likely just to hit there is a move, because the move breaks into three things in this game. Is it a basic move, a gain Spain attitude move, or a teamwork move? When you make drama by provoking someone with your words or actions, there's a risk of escalation. That will be a make drama pocket. So I would suggest that Synovia has just hit Mike and Ike with a make drama.
It certainly feels like I'm provoking them.
Yeah, you roll with the trait that you think is most appropriate at this point.
And since she's using music as her method of insulting, does this count as her thing?
It would, yeah. So you can roll. You can roll 2 sets and choose your preferred roll, which is probably higher, but maybe you want to lose. I don't know. It's up to you.
Alrighty, so let's see. Now, considering that I dragged in my dead father, do you think weird would be an appropriate skill?
Yeah, I'd give you weird for that, because they were just talking about music and you escalated in your dead dad. So yeah, this is definitely the CW reboot of Captain Planet, right? How offbeat and strange a teen is like they probably don't even know who Maggie Thatcher is. So you've just totally blindsided them.
That is an 8 plus 1 is a 9. Second roll. Oh, it was a 9 for a second, and then it rolled over to a 5.
Okay.
So let's go with the 9.
You can, if you choose to, spend attitude 1 for 1 in this game to boost it up. So you could boost it to a 10 if you want to spend the 1 attitude you start with. And you're going to gain 2 back, so you may well want to do with it.
All right, I'm going to wind up with 2 attitude either way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I might as well get away with it and like feel awesome about it.
Yeah. So they sort of like take a step back and like, whoa, sit over here. We weren't dissing your dad. We just think your music's shit. Sorry, gal.
And seriously, you're going to blow smoke in the face of a girl who's in a wheelchair?
Shit, Mike, why did you do that? And Mike and I turn into a bit of a shoving match in a clownish display of bravado as they start arguing with each other, and that's where Keisha's car pulls up. What are you driving, Keisha?
Oh God, with the parents I set up, this is let's see, 96. Oh, let's go ahead and make this terrible. This is a Dodge Charger. And she pulls up. I think it gets a bit on the sidewalk, not near Synovia, but enough that she saw Mike and Ike pushing themselves and is making sure that nothing is going on as she steps out of the car. They bothering you?
Not anymore.
What were they bothering you about?
Oh, they're Maggie Thatcher fans.
Ew!
Who the fuck is Maggie Thatcher? Shouts Ike.
Someone too dry for you to have wet dreams about, so
Mike says, well, she's the lead singer and Susie and the Banshees, duh! And the two of them carry on with their disagreement.
Oh, hell no! You do not diss Susie Sue that way. Synovia, get in the car. Mike and I, get on the road.
They go, whatever, man. we're going to head back to calculus anyway, and the two of them disappear away.
I like Keisha and say, they're capable of doing calculus?
Look, some people have book smarts, some people have street smarts, some people are just emotionally smart. And then some people do calculus.
You know, those two are going to wind up doing weapons design somewhere.
Well, it's better than them going into politics, I guess. We'd be real screwed then.
And so I kind of do my wriggly thing and get out of the chair and into the passenger seat and fold it up and tuck it behind me. Buckle myself in.
I think this is the car that Keisha has because it has enough back seat space for the wheelchair. And I think I do have a car phone, so I will call Alex's cell phone.
Alex, you're still in the school yourself, and there's paper everywhere. How is? Were you alone? Is anyone else in the nearby or in the press office with you?
Oh, yeah, let's say Sam, she is the assistant editor for the school paper.
So, did Sam see all this going down?
I think she came in for like the last part of like the windows bursting open and blowing wind everywhere.
She is looking around and said, "What the hell happened here?"
What did happen here, Sam? I thought I said you needed to staple the papers together, not use paper clips. As we established.
So you are trying to keep your powers secret and diffuse the situation. Okay, so she's your age or younger, so you're gonna roll with your cool as she sort of looks around in this confusion of this devastation.
Yeah.
Do you say she was the editor?
Assistant editor.
Assistant editor.
And did you said I need to make a roll here?
Yeah, you're because you're effectively, because powers have gone off and you're trying to confuse someone, right? You're using the keep the power secret move from the basic moves where you roll with cool because they're your age or younger.
Right, here's the roll for your party.
I have no issue, by the way, if people want to use real physical dice if they are so inclined.
I object to that. I will use these regular electronic dice. That is an 11.
Bang! So on a 10 plus, your secret is safe for now. As Sam, it's a she, yeah.
Yeah, it was she, her.
She.
I mean that's okay. I can cover for you, Sam.
She looks like. Was it like a freak hurricane? It's like the Gauntleteers just.
You know how poorly funded we are. We're not the private school up the road. The ventilation, I think, is probably for shit or something. I mean, I feel like this also does not account for the fact there's a hole in the ceiling now, but
Yeah, I'll tidy up and then I'll call the janitor.
Oh, no, let me help with that. Let me help. And Alex is going out of his way to actually help clean up.
Cool. As after that's done, do you? Because again, if you've got your cell phone, you are rung by as you start to do the cleanup, rung by Keisha.
Oh, hi, Keisha. Hi. Uh, um, you didn't see anything during never mind. What are you calling about?
Seeing something. Don't play coy. Just, I know you want to go to the quarry too, don't you? I saw in that little head of yours.
Oh, right. Well, I'm cleaning up a mess right now, but I'll see you there.
Oh wow, first time for everything, I guess, tonight, huh? And I think I'm activating my move of I think the technical move is deliver a one-liner.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But my slacker gets an additional one attitude if it's poignant.
Sweet.
I think.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, if you're going to clean up a mess, she'll leave you to your work.
So I just want to clarify, what was the insult at Alex's expense there?
Oh, that you never clean up your own you never clean up your own messes.
Oh, that's not true, but whatever you want to think.
And Jess will probably be there.
Oh, I mean, I guess if we're there, then yeah, of course, Jess is going to be there. Have you said anything to him about anything?
Yes.
Right, cool. Okay, I'll see you there.
I'll hang up and begin driving then.
Okay, cool. And so do you complete tidying up with Sam, or do you just sort of make your excuses there?
No, I complete tidying up.
And sort of Sam's
Alex draws the line. Alex clearly is going to gaslight her, but is not going to leave her to clean up the mess.
That's fine. So she's sort of tidying up, and as she sort of says, "Thanks for helping, Alex. That was like really kind of you."
Oh, I mean, it's nothing. It's partly my fault. And then I kind of like stopping out because I could have stapled them together myself.
Said, I'm gonna ask to get us
Just the look on Ferret's face.
one of these big staplers. We'll never see this happen again. This is a freak occurrence. She says, I can't just. And she sort of, as we sort of see that scene fade away, she sort of puts a copy of the real newspaper next to yours, and it has a picture of General Onslaught, and it's like General Onslaught and the Gauntleteer do battle. What is the name? Because we haven't established that now. We're here, and it seems the right time to do it. What is the name of the school newspaper?
Man, let me see. Our name is I'm forgetting the name of this town itself.
That's in the Elemental Team one. So we are Stonecliff. Right.
I think it's a really unfortunate name. Like the people that named like our school mascot, You know, we're back in the we're in the 50s. I think it's the school stoner. Like, I think the stoner is like our, like, it's a big rock, and that's why it's called that. But I think, like, it has taken on, of course, a euphemism since then, and everybody laughs about it.
I'm so glad you did that because my school mascot in high school's name had to be changed in the 70s because of that. Exactly.
She sort of, as you sort of tied up, just wanted to go. She was like, "So, I hear you're like into the computers and stuff. Do you think we should like do a newspaper on the internet?"
Oh, I'm really glad you brought that up, Sam. I'd be really interested in that, but I got a call about an emergency. Do you think we could talk about this tomorrow, maybe?
Sure, absolutely. You go, you go, you go. Bye.
I like to think that this is entirely Alex accidentally setting up a date for himself.
Yeah, and she'll go like, and I was going like, and you know, she'll usually the closing scene, and she's there tidying things up.
You know, like we could like maybe eat lunch together, you know.
Oh, yeah, that would be like awesome. Tomorrow's pizza day. I'll reserve us a table. And she sort of waves and go, and then we'll you'll ask me out, and then we'll go to the dance, and
Alex is gone.
yeah,
He
she's sort of
doesn't
talking to
hear any
herself.
of that.
And we're the cutest couple in school, and I'll get kissed for the first time, and she carries on as the camera sort of fades away from her. And we are outside the old quarry. It's there is no one about. It is. How do you want it to is it the caveway opening? Is it the dome rising from the lake? What does this look like as the Gauntleteers' secret base reveals itself to you for the first time? Let's add one feature each, and we're going to go in reverse character keeper this time. Keisha, what is the entryway into the base? How do you find your way in there?
I think the entryway is either like I like sort of like Legion of Doom Rising thing. Like you either have to like enter this arched style gateway, or if it's underwater, you have to do like a trust fall into the lake. Like there's that part of water that's extra oxygenated, so you can actually breathe into it to get through there.
Awesome. And as you approach the door to the base, Jess, what do you need to do to make it open and let you through?
What do we need to do to? I think it's mostly subconscious. Alex still has his headphones in. Not Alex, sorry, Jess. Has his headphones. He's humming, and somehow that hum is kind of connecting with the necklace, and kind of the door recognizes the power that is activated. It's not huge activation. You don't see a lot of flashy things, but you can see the notes swirling around because this is a panel, right? This is a comic, so you can see as he hums, you can see the notes swirling around, and one of the notes strikes the door, and the door opens up.
Crunch. And while you walk through, Alex, what's the general sort of decor or aesthetic as you look across the Gauntleteers base?
Oh, I think that like it is. I kind of want to say it's like a mix of like clearly stuff that was built decades ago, but like has like the most cutting edge of tech put into it now. Like it's kind of like a mix of like something maybe built like in a kind of retro 50s comics aesthetic, but then like with cutting edge computers put in. And I think Alex is definitely like, and they said that we could, and then we said that we didn't have the money for computers newer than 89.
And Zenobia, what is the unexpected animal that greets you as you enter?
A big ass spider.
I mean, was it unexpected though?
But this is a really, really big one. And not only like we're talking, it's taller than Jess. And not only that, but it's telepathic and can communicate with us in slightly British accented English.
So the spider takes one of his hands up and adjusts its monocle, and you can hear it in all of your eyes. It says, "Oh, no, 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 no. This can't be. No, you can't possibly be. Oh, this is a mistake. Please leave your gauntlet fragments, and we'll try again."
Who are you?
Who are you?
No, I've asked first.
I'm Keisha.
I'm confused.
I'm not surprised.
I'm still Keisha.
Does that count as a one-liner, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take another attitude.
Does I'm confused count as the one-liner as well?
Probably not, because it's got to be
Okay.
the sort of thing that would have a laugh track to it. I think you set
Cool.
up probably that.
Yeah.
And he looks, he goes,
That's fine.
he says, "Well, I'm Webster."
Like the dictionary.
That's a one-liner. He goes, "What? Well, I would never. There's a terrible mistake. You shouldn't be here. Please leave your gauntlets at the door, and we'll send you a pin badge or something."
Excuse me, Webster. We have been chosen. Obviously, they know the best of the best when they see it, and they've picked the people that live in a city full of superheroes. You've got the right people. Now, you make tea, right?
I mean, there's two of the
do-
right people anyway.
I do not make tea. I bake scones.
Webster, you are now my new most favorite spider ever. What kind of scones do you make?
There's only one type of scone. If you put raisins, cherries, or cheese on top of it, you are creating an abomination and insulting the queen.
What about if you bake strawberries into it?
You are suddenly squirted with webbing.
Rude.
It says, "I am Webster, and I have sworn myself to serve the Gauntleteer as part of my rehabilitation. And it seems that the Gauntlet has chosen you. My service falls to you." And it squints and takes a little silk hanky and wipes the monocle.
Do you play an instrument?
You could probably play several at the same time.
It says, "No, but I do dance Charleston."
Wow. Can you? Well, maybe we can teach you some new dance moves. I mean, you'd be killer on a dance floor.
You will want the tour then, yes?
Oh,
Can I borrow that handkerchief?
I suppose.
I start
Passes
cleaning off
handkerchief.
Synovia.
Thank you, Kesha.
Oh, and you can see that Alex has a shiner on his face, like he's been in a fight.
No.
Not the first time.
So as the tour goes through, as it shows you the features, the base will have two features. You can either choose from the list, or again, you can select your own if you want to make them up. The examples include a teleportation pan, a aerospace, defensive shield, an infirmary, a training dojo, a robotic assistant.
I think we have a fluffy spider assistant.
Well, he would count as your mentor.
Oh.
Optional, create your mentor. So Webster will act as your mentor in the scenario. So I'll update the Elementier sheet to say you are defending Stone Shift from General Uncomb with the help of Webster.
I would vote for a training dojo on my end, but that's me.
Yeah, training dojo sounds nice and maybe even necessary.
That's much better than my idea of an arcade with games that haven't come out yet.
Oh, that's so good though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a library of kind of media that haven't come out yet. Future library.
Oh,
Media from the
interdimensional
future.
media.
Yeah.
Ooh, that actually does sound kind of cool.
Huh.
Like an interdimensional library, including like reference documents on how opponents were defeated in other dimensions, other timelines, etc.
Love it.
That sounds actually useful.
The Gauntleteers across many dimensions. All their information is stored here.
I'm going to give you a free one, which is a semi-functioning robot assistant, which is in a little box, and you can hear chirping inside it. You haven't got to open it yet, and it's called Project Thunderchild.
We open it.
It's chirping. It sounds cute.
Yeah, let's open it. Gauntleteer said we should be courageous, so I open it.
It's a robot in multiple pieces, but its head has got like a central little light that is sort of rolling around on the floor.
Oh.
It will be a project to fix it.
Yeah. Hey, Webster, is this an evil robot overlord? Just checking.
It says, I don't think so in this timeline.
Good.
So, which of you have the gauntlet?
I think we all kind of do.
I've got a necklace.
So do I.
Oh, goodness gracious
Me
me.
too.
You've broken it already.
And it kind of fused itself to my wheelchair. Like there's these buttons on it. Like what does this one do? Do you know? And I start to push it.
We won't roll for it, but do describe what you think goes off as a power at this point. This would be, if we were doing it for real, we'd be using use your powers, but I'm not going to charge you for this because it's just me pointing you towards the rule and then doing something cool in the narrative.
I figured Webster would probably rush to stop me and say, no, not that one. But okay, what do I think it does? I'm going to go with levitation.
Cool. So everyone has access, just to be clear, on the elemental team one to use your powers, your key powers, which include morph, and your team power, which is combine. Use your powers as your catch-all, like unleash your powers in masks, and allows you to do anything that you think is reasonable for your element. So for Hope, you sort of levitate into the air, and it sort of sees the gem glittering. It goes, "What's happened? You've only got one of the gauntlet gems. Who's got the other four?"
Ooh, and I think I'd like to try to use my powers as with wood/life to maybe heal a bit of damage on Jess. Would that be rolling with weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
You will need to spend a point because you're using no. As long as you have your morpher, you can use your elemental powers at any time. You use your powers to, and certain outcome, make the appropriate basic move. So yeah, you would be from a basic move scenario here. You would be. Have a look here.
I think it would, in this case, it would be
Yeah.
use tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is for alien or magical tech as well.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
be yes, the correct one. There's
So
obviously
it's
yeah.
still weird. Ooh, this does not go well. That is a 3.
Well, tech goes haywire. Things get worse. You gain 1 attitude as you hit the button on your necklace. And as the element goes off, does it just crackle with energy? Does anything change in your physical appearance? What does it look like when you use your powers?
I think like there's this moment where Keisha begins, like, her skin turns almost wood-like and panel, like it's becoming bark, and she was reaching out to touch Jess's eye to try there's some kind of like thing on her palm, which is like aloe vera or something leaking out. Cool.
As you do that, because I think it's gone haywire, your good intentions go wild. Describe how you sort of go, I suppose, Swamp Thing, Poison Ivy wild as things go off around you.
I think there's like a... She reaches up to touch Jess's eye, just leaves this like a smear of aloe that does nothing, then looks at her palm, and this huge gout of aloe just sprays her in the face. She goes backward, trips over Webster's leg, lands on one of the arcade games, falls over. The Thunderchild head bumps her in the head.
As you sort of, yes, you suddenly go, well, what? No! It's not for that! Not for that! Who's going to mop that up? Me! Webster's going to mop that up, isn't it?
I think that didn't go quite as you intended. I hope so, at least. And I'm offering Keisha a hand to get up.
How possibly will the city be safe when General Onslaught attacks if you can't even... Oh, no,
Maybe instead of whining about us not being prepared for this, you could maybe give us a pointer or two, other than don't touch that button. Oh, excuse me. Don't touch the button.
Sir, I'm terribly sorry that I have been less than professional, but there's no need to be cruel about my accent. I can't help being from England.
Sorry, it's a cool accent, actually.
Look, I'm sure we can help. Let us go to the training suite. This is where the Gauntleteer would train every day to master the powers of the Gauntlet and all of the powers that it bestowed upon her.
Say, Webby, is there a bunk or something where someone can crash if they don't want to go to their own
Did
bunk?
you just call me Webby?
Maybe.
Well, I tell you what, J-Dog. There are breakout rooms. You can make yourself comfortable. This home is yours to enjoy until such point as one of the... And then all of a sudden you hear the siren and lights start flashing. Until such point as the Gauntleteer is called to action.
I'm not liking the sound of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a klaxon. It should be more of a clangor. This is really unprofessional for an alarm.
Should be more melodic.
That would be a one-liner, right? So, boom. And he goes... Are you ready? Well, definitely not. But the city needs you. Will you stand for what is right?
I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna punch
Yeah?
down.
I already stand for what's right, and I look good doing it.
Up comes a floating hologram of the screen of, he says, oh dear.
Yeah, right. I mean, Webster, look at me. Do I look like I can stand for something?
It's like, in spirit, madam, I believe you can stand taller than all of them. He brings up the image on screen and he says, oh dear. Laser Man has been released by General Onslaught. We need to call to action.
Laser Man? Seriously?
I mean, it might just be his last name. Otherwise, it's kind of on the nose.
Have you
Who
guys never
names these
played
people?
Mega Man? This is obviously something super cool. I will so take on Laser Man.
On the camera screen, you can see like the Laser Man moving through the streets, and then sort of there's an armored car which comes to a screeching halt. Laser Man reaches out their hand, blasts the truck, which evaporates with light, leaving just the guards inside in their underwear and a load of dosh behind him. Cackling with enthusiasm, Laser Man moves towards the money. Says,
Yeah, go ahead.
so
Sorry.
the city will recognize that the Gauntleteer isn't present unless someone steps into action. You've been chosen. I don't know how it's all going to work together for you. Perhaps you can, I don't know, hold hands, sing a song, something, or stand alone. The city needs you. Will you defend it?
I think at least this guy needs another name.
I mean, Jess isn't wrong. Laserface is just...
By the honor
I mean,
of
it's already
Grayskull.
better there.
It's by the power of Grayskull. God, Kesha.
No, I'm trying to be She-Ra. I don't want to be He-Man.
Fair. Well, obviously Grayskull isn't helping.
Yeah,
Okay.
Webby, how do we use these?
Webster, could you tell us how we use these? Come on, we don't need to... He's a cool-looking spider. I mean, look, he's even got a monocle. How many spiders have monocles? We can call him Webster. It's like the same number of syllables, even.
What did the Gauntleteer tell you? They normally give a message and they pass the gauntlet on.
Something you've been chosen.
Courageous something?
Yeah, I was smoking. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention.
I was running.
Oh, you owe me 300 tickets.
I do?
No, the Gauntleteer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that tracks.
Why don't you just clasp hands and say something at least slightly noble?
Okay. I'll reach out my hand for Keisha and I guess Alex.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you got to hold hands with Zenobia here because
Yeah.
I don't have 8 of them.
Okay.
And,
Kumbaya? Does that... Let's all say Kumbaya.
punk rock never dies.
It doesn't, does it? Punk rock never dies.
Punk rock never dies.
Okay, everyone. As one, punk rock!
Punk rock
Rock
never dies.
And I tell you what, that's the perfect time to put the to be continued up tonight, and we'll go straight into a big fight. next time, so we can get into understanding how the morphing rules and work and how you use those. Okay, so to be continued. The titles roll part 2. Punk rock never dies ? We will pick up next time. Thank you so much for chanting the changing words together. You have made my night. Okay, let's do a quick round of stars and wishes to draw ourselves to conclusion this evening. If people don't mind, I normally record these, one for my own reference, but also I like to see safety and cooldown tools being used in play and not just off camera. Are we all okay with that? Otherwise I will stop recording.
Sure.
Cool. So we will go, as we've gone in, we will go for Sawyer to begin with, please, for stars, and then we'll go around for wishes. So celebrations first, wishes next. Sawyer, any stars?
This is really fun so far. I like the beginning set with Synovia, like the beginning set with Synovia. Jess is going to be really fun to pal around with, I can tell. And Alex, oh, you are going to give me so much attitude in this game. I can already tell. Like, I love how we can just like set up one-liners, and it's also wonderful. And thanks, David, for running this. It's an interesting system.
Cool. Thank you, Sawyer. Sabine?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love the characters of Zenobia, I love Keisha, I love Alex, and wow, this really the whole vibe with these. Oops, there goes someone.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just getting a drink.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Sorry. Yeah, the whole vibe with these teenagers who are not really that kind of like, oh, we must be heroes now. One more like, oh, we must be heroes. Okay, let's punk rock never die. I love that. I love that last thing. Punk rock never dies. Sorry.
Awesome. Stephen?
Yeah, I always love that. I really enjoyed how we were already playing out scenes in character creation. So that was great fun there. Just having these awkward conversations as we gave out connections. Yeah, I just enjoy this just the vibing between Puckett and David on this giant spider mentor. Like I feel like the two of you just kind of mesh to create this wonderful absurd mentor we have. And just this kind of, and just these kind of little touches of just like joking about like the multiple timelines and whatnot. That was fun as well.
Excellent. And Puckett, anything from you, my friend?
I got to echo what Steven said. I loved how even in asking the relationship questions, we were already starting to act out scenes and get silly and goofy and awkward. And I'm already having a blast. I mean, I have played with all of you quite a few times. That makes it a lot easier. And it's, I don't know, it just feels automatic. It's like slipping into a pair of like your favorite shoes, like the comfiest ones you have, or slippers or whatever. It's like, okay, it doesn't even matter what the system is. It'll be fun anyway. But then we get to deal with multiple timelines in a library of infinity and going forward and backward into time. And we've got a giant spider mentor and like an underwater base in a quarry. Like, and Synovia has a bestie. And you only need one bestie, right? Doesn't matter if everybody else leaves.
Well, I just noted down for myself, like, you know, the alternate timeline where Punk dies. We obviously got to explore that one. Yeah, it's been great fun. It is supposed to be a slightly whimsical, geeky sort of game. softer scenes where you're doing the stuff at school is where you build up your attitude, and the attitude leans into the act structure towards the bigger fights. We've been establishing the characters for now, but there sort of will be a flow in games as we move forward. I love all your characters, the inter-character dynamic. I had Webster is going to be great fun to play, but Alex setting up the relationship with Sam was also one of my highlights for the game. I'm really looking forward to playing more with you next week. We will get into the big flow of what next. Wishes. Anyone have any wishes? We'll go back in reverse order. Puckett, have you got any wishes you want to
More.
call out? More of anything particular? Just more.
Now, standard Gauntlet wish. More.
Cool. Stephen, anything you want to see more of, less of?
I can't really think of anything to draw particular attention to. I feel like I'm pretty happy with the course we're taking right now.
Cool. Sabine, anything?
Yeah, well, more obviously, and also I want to see how our morph looks. That tickles me, and maybe Mike and I could come back and be horrible again.
Yeah, Mike and Ike are Scud and what's names, right?
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
leave
I
the
mean,
Mike and Ike.
they're like good foils for us, I think.
Yeah, they need to be foils and not totally horrid.
Yeah.
But also, it's the name of candy. So.
Is it?
And I'm going, yeah. It
Oh,
is,
cool.
Mike and Ike. And I echo Sabine. I want to see the forms we have. I think I've found Keisha's transformed form by herself. Thank you, Mortal Kombat. Another video game is helping with this, but
yeah. Cool. So other forms, and then coming together as the Gauntleteer, which is obviously as I get into the last structure part of the rules. It's not a hyperly complex game, but we haven't used the combat rules. We've done that. We've got a header on everything. The two other things I made a note and I forgot to call out was stars to all of you asking for consent when you did the mind touching stuff. You were very you were very sort of that's just great careful playing with people, not to take an intimate moment and make anyone uncomfortable, so thank you for that. And my other call out for Puckett playing a character very clearly who has a disability front and center, because I'm on a bit of a mission to make that more clearly represented in gaming, so thank you for that greatly, Puckett. Other than that, gang, I had a great time and a blast, and I'll see you next time for fighting Laser Man, who's got a cool name. What's wrong with Laser Man as a name? I just think that sucks. You're just so mean. Laser Man's going to obliterate.
better than Cut Man. I mean, God.
Okay, that's the end of episode 1 of Gauntlet City, Team with Attitude, and I'll see you next week, gang. Bye.